So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a very special guest that we have here on About Tonight. He's a very special singer. He's also a songwriter. He's also very good at drawing and is famous for being on Tim and Eric, but he's an artist in his own right. It's, you guessed it, Mr. David Liebe Hart.
All right. Well, thank you.
Give him a round of applause. David, you can stand and take in the applause.
I also did Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule, which was a spin-off from the Tim and Eric.
Okay, you can sit down now, David, and tell us about that. So what else have you... Sorry, handshake first.
All right on.
Thank you so much for having us on the show. Did we get that? The close-up? Did we get the close-up? There we go. That's good enough. If that's not a close-up, I'll be telling you later. So, David, tell us, what else have you done? I missed out a few of your accomplishments.
Which was a show about John C. Reilly owning a grocery store. That
was Dr. Brule, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, John C. Reilly's a different person, I think.
Yeah, he plays Dr. Steve Brule on Tim and Eric. Awesome show,
he plays
great job.
A different person.
And Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule, his own show. And then he was Steve Brule on Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, that we both worked on at the States and United States in Southern California.
That's right, you're very famous for those. Isn't he, Blueby? Say hello to Blueby the cat.
Hi, Blueby.
Hi, Mr. Hart.
I had a puppet show like you. I was on the I did a puppet show for my church called the Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show and Junior Teaching Bible Lesson Show, which you can see on the YouTube. And I have a lot of cute youngins like you.
Wow.
You are a great puppeteer.
Wow.
You also have a cat as well. How's the cat doing?
Well, Jason the cat didn't eat all his food, so he couldn't come.
Oh, no, don't you hate it when cats do that?
Yeah.
When you leave out the food for them and they don't come up to eat it?
Scratch the hell out of you sometimes.
Mr. Hart.
Yes, Liebe Hart. Yes, what?
Liebe Hart.
Liebe
Say
Hart.
Liebe Hart, Blueby.
Hart, Mr. Hart.
Thank
Yes.
you, Matthew.
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do, and I've experienced them. I lived in a haunted house at 8136 South Ellis in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago's and New Yorkers talk a lot alike. I don't know what they got in their accent or their tongue. But anyway, I stayed, this policeman lived in the 8136 South Ellis before
No more
I
tweets
did.
from Dan. Thank you, Anna. No more tweets, please.
The
No more, we don't want to see those
German Shepherd
anymore.
dogs got shot. They came back as orange ghosts, and they tickled the hell out of me and my sister. We called them Mr. Pickle Man and Mr. Moose. There were two Mr. Mooses and one Pickle Man. And I wrote a song about them on my Astronaut album called The Pickle Man and Mr. Moose.
That's right. That's your new album, isn't it, David?
Yeah.
How many albums do you have? I have quite a few, but they haven't seen the release
I
date
have
yet.
a new producer that I'm working with is Jonah Motion. I am grateful for the past work that Adam Papagan and I did together. I was with him for 6 years. He had his own show that was a spin-off from the Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show called the Dale Talk Show. He has a talk show just like you on
great.
on Pups.
Does he have as many cats as I do on the set?
No, not at all.
No?
My cousin Phyllis McKinnon, who I stayed with for 15 years, loved cats. She had a black cat that looked like a tagger called Candy, the black cat. It would turn the TV on, it would open up the refrigerator to get its own food, and it would turn on the news, and it liked Bonanza, and if you changed its channel, it would scratch the cactus out of you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So someone was holding a cactus?
No, the claws. They're like the panda bears here. They
Oh,
have
the claws were like the cactus.
They scratch.
Oh, right. Yes, you've got to cut
they
those
leave their
cat's
mark
nails.
on you, just like a girl that doesn't want to date you anymore breaks your heart.
That's a different kind of cactus.
Yeah.
That's the hard cactus, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it's spiky and doesn't like people to touch you when you don't want to be touched. So tell me more about your album Astronaut. Where did you get the inspiration from?
Well, I co-did it with a very talented producer.
Oh, sorry, you have these here.
I co-produced the album with a very talented producer named Jonah Motion. He's very talented, very creative. He also he's a talent in his own with his talented rap music. He is my new producer, and we produced exercise, teaching people to exercise right. That's track number 1.
I've got a song as well that teaches people how to exercise called Star Jump.
Oh, right on. And then
Right on.
The second song on the album is Teleportation Through Space. It's about being an astronaut and all the things you have to go through.
Do we get to hear about the Corinthians?
The Corinthians.
Corinthians, sorry.
That's on my other album, and I need him to make them on CD instead of cassette tape. That's on this other
I still have a cassette tape player. You could sell that to me.
Oh, we didn't bring any with us.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
I love using cassettes.
Well,
as well.
anyway, this is our second new album
technology.
called
But it's still a good one.
Called Going to
like
the
records.
Light. On this album, I sing the actual Corinthian language, which I don't do on the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job.
Wow. Okay, so it's an exclusive.
Yeah, I wrote all the music I performed on the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. I'm an ASCAP songwriter. I don't just write love songs.
Mr. Hart.
What?
What's ASCAP?
ASCAP is a union for songwriters in the States, and they help you get paid for royalties of your songs being played on the radio or on television shows.
Okay, that's pretty handy. Artist needs that sort of support.
Yeah, and they make sure you get paid. I also write religious music. My music's used out throughout Australia through CCLI, Christian Copyright Licensing International, and Licensing Sing. All the churches that use the contemporary upbeat music go to their buy a license from CCLI or Licensing Sing, and they download my sheet music, or they get it off my website, hartandhartman.com. Make sure you put 2 N's at the end of Hartman. When the Germans did something or sneaky, they cut the M's, the mans off their names, cut off the double N's, and the Irish cut off their O's, and tried to make them Englished.
What did the Germans do? I'm
they
a bit
shortened
confused.
their names. They made a mouse out of their name instead of a giraffe out of their name, because they wanted to blend in with the English. I'm part German, and I'm also...
Oh, you're part German. Oh,
yeah,
right.
and I have a little English in me, born in Fort, married in my family, but mostly German. My mother's maiden name was Schroeder, and also the Germans helped free the blacks through the Underground Railroad when they were brought to America as slaves. They never got credit for it. There would have been a Harriet Tubman or Frederick Douglass if it wasn't for the liberal whites that helped free blacks through the Underground Railroad. They don't mention it in 12 Years of a Slave, and they don't mention it in Roots, but it's just some interesting history.
And you're here in Melbourne to promote a comedy show?
I am doing a show. I did a movie called White Cop, which is very comical. I play a corrupt mayor in Chicago, where I was originally from, and we're promoting this called White Cop. We've already showed it in Bristol, and we've already showed it in Australia, and we so if you come where we're going to be performing. Where you want to look at the places where
Yes. I just wanted to ask you about, because you were talking about all these performances and all these things you've done. You're very famous, and you've got quite a cult following, don't you, David?
Yeah, I have a huge
How do you
following.
find reacting to people that want your autograph?
I can't. I'm very open.
Do you like the fame?
I love the fame, because I'm going to tell you, there's some famous actors and actresses back in the States.
Like Brad Pitt?
I'm not going to say who they are, because I don't want to get in trouble for using their names, but I was a big fan of theirs. I'm not going to say, because
are you sure you can't tell us? You can tell us here. We're all the way in Melbourne. They can't hear us anyway.
Well, I was a big fan. I'll put it this way. I was a big fan of Mr. T. I love Mr. T.
Oh,
he
Mr.
was a
T.
big, muscled man, and he's just cool guy. And I was a big fan of him. I bought all the episodes of The Team, and I loved his show, and he was my idol. I just love Mr. T.
But then...
Mr. T, I said, you cool man. And so I said, Mr. T, I want your autograph. You are cool, talented actor. Shut up, fool. I'll get your motherfucker ass in. I'm sorry. I shouldn't use
wow,
profanity.
a lot of swearing. But I'm glad
but anyway, I apologize for saying that. But he got rough with me, and he slammed the door in my face. So I says, okay, I still love you, Mr. T. I have to forgive you since I'm a Christian Scientist, but I still love you, Mr. T.
So Mr. T scared you a little bit?
He scared me, and he didn't want to be bothered with me.
Oh, wow. You heard it here first on About Tonight, a celebrity scoop, if you will.
Well,
that's what they call it in the day.
Sorry, David. I like John Boy on the Waltons. I felt he was a cool critter. I love John Boy on the Waltons. And I says, you know, baby boy, you the famous, talented critter and best actor on the show. can I have your autograph? He says, no, boy, it's only conservative for people that are big-name actors like me. I don't give out my autographs.
But you're not like that to your fans.
No. I'm
surely not.
After that, I said, if I become a celebrity, I'm going to be humble toward mine.
That's a good idea. I like to be humble to my celebrities as well.
I have had fans. They call me in the middle of the night, which they wouldn't do. They email me, and Jonah emails them back. I am very gracious to them. I have a bigger following because I love my fans. I'm always polite and kind to my fans.
Do you want to say hello to your fans here right now?
Fans, I love you. Thanks for being a fan of me.
Hello, Lewis fans.
Liebe
Thank
Hart.
you so much. You're great.
And I love you, and thanks for being a fan for me. I'm the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. Check it out with Dr. Steve Brule. I did Good Times. I did one...
I've done a few things as well. I've done some internet videos and some songs, and also a TV show, talk show as well that you can find on the internet.
You know who you remind me of is Desi Arnaz. I love Desi Arnaz from I Love Lucy.
Oh.
You have that Desi Arnaz in you.
Do I?
I love Desi Arnaz.
Is Desi a boy?
He's a boy.
Okay, good, because you were talking before that you like the Sunrise Girl.
Oh my God, what is her name?
Samantha.
I love Samantha who's on Sunrise. She reminds me of my dead cousin, Linda McKinnon. I was offered a job to be a journalist, an anchorman in Australia. Someone came up to me and says, you have a beautiful speaking voice like James Earl Jones. By the way, James Earl Jones was my mother's first cousin, and we want you to be an anchorman. So I gave him a resume, I gave him my name. I never heard back from him. At the same time, I got called to do the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. I am still available to be an anchorman in Australia.
Especially with someone that you have quite a personal interest in as well. That would be great. You could find true love on the air, and then they could make a TV wedding for it, like the TV wedding we're hosting here today.
Right on.
That's right.
I would mind
It's
being
with
a
me.
cream in her coffee. She is a sweet white rose. The blonde girl that's on Sunrise. What's her name again?
Samantha.
Samantha is her name, David.
And what's her first name? Her last name is like something like an army or something, an army name?
Maybe.
Had? What's her last name is what's it? It's Armtage. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Armtage. Well, anyway, I sent Samantha, if you ever want some sweet chocolate in your life, a chocolate boyfriend, or you could call me a gingerbread boyfriend since I'm dark skinned. I'd love to be the chocolate in your milk. I'd love to be the romance in your life. I'd love to be the ginger in your gingerbread cookie. I love you a lot, and I'd love to get to know you if you're single.
The cat for your kitten.
Oh, the cat for your milk. I love cats.
I love cats too, David. In fact, I love them so much, I would like to invite you to actually be a part of a song that I've written called Meow Milk Meow. Would you like to sing together, David?
Sure, I'd love to.
Yes? Oh, that's great. Well, if you just like to put one of these on, you can put that one on if you like for the cat song, that one, and I'll put on this one, and we'll just move ahead over here to the keyboard here to sing a little song called, okay, we'll just get that. Here you go, a saxophone, and all right, hit it. Meow, milk, meow, meow, bowl, meow, meow, mouse, meow, meow, lick, meow, cats, oh, cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, meow, bowl, meow, meow, lick, meow, meow, fireplace, meow, meow, string, meow, cats, with the lyrics, cats, freestyling cat rap.
I used to date Princey Belle, meow. I used to date Princey Belle. And they tell me cat I used to date
Okay, back to me. Meow, orange, meow, meow, mouse, meow, meow, dog, no dog, meow, meow, lick, meow, cats, cats, David, cats, David, cats, 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 cats. Just the word cats, 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 cats. Very good, cats, 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 cats. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Give David a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you. If you'd like to just take a seat, David.
Past life, I don't know.
David, so let's talk about your time here in Australia. You are in Adelaide, I believe.
I'm going to be in Adelaide. The dates are all there.
And they're showing White Cop in Adelaide. Oh, we're showing White Cop in Adelaide, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, this camera. On March 24th, and they're also showing it at Crown on March 25th. March 27th.
Go to my website, artbyliebeHart.com.
On the website there, and you'll also be in Perth on the 27th and the 28th.
And I'm also doing concerts.
With your show Mojos, I believe, and your movie White Cop. Right there, he's holding it up, I think.
I'm doing CDs as well. These are the songs I'll be singing from my new astronaut album. I'll tell you this, and then this is White Cop that I do, where I play a corrupt mayor.
That's right.
They ought to call it Chocolate Chip Cop because
Does it have Liam Neeson in White Cop?
I think so. You can read and find out. It's got pictures on it.
I don't think he's in it.
Well, you can't win them all.
No, you can't.
They don't hire everybody. You know, I was supposed to be on. I read for the.
That's all right if it doesn't.
I read a lot. I read for a lot of shows, but they decided to hire Kevin Hart instead. But I wish him the best.
It's called White Cop, Bluebee. It doesn't have Liam Neeson in it. I know you're a big fan.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of vanilla ice cream actors in it. I'm the only chocolate chip in the cookie.
Do you like chocolate chip, Bluebee?
That means it's interracial. It's got black and white people in it.
So, David, you play a cookie in it.
No, I was just cheesing you. I said
He's just cheesing you.
I said that they have a few African American actors in there, and it's mostly vanilla ice cream. It's mostly a vanilla cookie.
I also like vanilla ice cream as well.
Oh, I love it. I love white women too. They're so beautiful.
Oh,
I love Asian women too, but I love vanilla.
Food, David.
I love vanilla.
That's not food. That's not food at all.
Well, I love that white women remind me of sweet vanilla ice cream. They're so sweet. I love Asian women, black women, and any type of women, but I especially like vanilla women, white women.
That's really good.
I call them vanilla.
I also like food.
Oh, I do too.
I love food. I love any type of food.
Oh, I had Thai food and it was great. But they forgot to put the curry gravy on it. They made it naked, and so I'd eat it naked.
I've got a question for you, David. So, David, have you ever heard of Barry Kirk?
I've heard of Barry Kirk.
Have you? He's a very famous celebrity here in Australia.
Yeah.
He's like a Daryl Summers, but he's 1,000 times more famous. He's a singer. He's an illustrator like yourself. He's also an actor and dancer.
Person. Well, you can give him
He's
my
great.
phone
He's
number.
actually in the studio, so we'll have him coming up. I just wanted to play a little song for you of his that I think you'll actually like very much.
I like to team up with him sometimes.
Okay. Sure, we can team up with him.
I'll give him my phone number or email or whatever.
So let's just play that little Barry Kirk number there. Thank you.
It's like jazz music.
It's like a nice little song.
It's like the music I remember in the 50s when I was growing up as a little young boy.
It's a song that I would like to have like as a theme myself for my own
I
show.
remember that they used to do this music on the old TV shows, the old what is it?
Big Barry Boom. Yes, I see.
Sorry, David, keep going.
Danny Kaye did music like this.
Yes, that's great.
Dean Martin did music like this.
Big Barry Boom.
Matthew, do you want to get up?
Big Barry
Do you want to just get up? Just get the door. Just keep going. This is a great song. Sorry, David, keep telling me about the song. Just get the... Make sure
It reminds me of music from the 60s or 70s.
Go, quickly. No, Sarah?
Yes, I see you.
Sarah, look.
Big Barry.
No, don't let him in, floor manager Sarah. No, don't let him in. Does he have a hammer? Does he have a hammer? Just cut to the break. Just cut to the break. Sorry, David, just cut to the break. Just cut to the break. Cut to the break.
Wow. You know, they played this old grandpapa music when I was growing up in the 50s and 60s.